It's 5:45 p.m., which means it's time for BCTV's weekly media roundup, 5:45 Live. I'm Kia Bailey.
And I'm Roland Boyden. On deck tonight, I'll look at the $400,000 EPA grant, Vernon's new contract with the Sheriff's Department, plus we'll talk about all this weekend's events, which includes some strolling of the Heifers. That's what we're doing down here on Main Street as part of Gallery Walk, first Friday for June, and of course the hype up to the parade tomorrow. All that and more, we're going to do it in less than 15 minutes here, so stick with us. So we'll talk plenty of Heifer stuff in just a minute, but first we're going to do some regular headline coverage here, stuff that happened this week, and for that I'll turn it back over to you.
Vernon will continue to receive full-time coverage from the Windham County Sheriff Department as the Select Board has now voted almost unanimously to approve a year-long contract. The contract has been carefully worded and reworded many times to ensure that town officials and employees are not allowed to interfere with any investigations or charges. This change in the contract stems from the drama surrounding former Select Board member and chairwoman Patty O'Donnell's calls to the Sheriff Department following the arrest of a friend. This new $233,940 contract includes wording to prohibit interference, influence, or swaying decisions in any manner, as well as banning one person from acting on a complaint alone. Instead, town employees, officials, and agents must address or respond to concerns to the Select Board as a whole, who would then pass it on to the Sheriff's Department. This new contract, which 4 of 5 Vernon Select Board members voted in favor of, will begin July 1st and will run for 1 year.
All right, moving on here. On Tuesday morning, the body of 66-year-old Mary Ann Merrill was recovered from the Connecticut River in Chesterfield, New Hampshire. Now, the Chesterfield Police Department worked closely with a large group of local fire stations, police agencies, fish and game departments, and dive teams to locate the body. Reportedly seen around 9 a.m., Merrill was reported missing from her Charleston home in late April, almost 40 miles upstream of where the body was found. The cause of death has been determined as drowning, but no foul play is suspected.
The Environmental Protection Agency Brownfields grant has been awarded to the town of Brattleboro in the amount of $400,000. Half of the money will go towards petroleum testing, and the other half will be for hazardous substance testing. These funds will go to private developers hoping to develop properties, which includes projects like those occurring at the New England Youth Theater, Union Station, the Transit Center, and Red Clover Commons. While the money is not directly to be used for the actual cleanup of sites, the fact that the testing and assessments can be paid for makes the possibility of cleanup more feasible for these development projects. This grant could open up possibilities for economic development, job creation, and of course, improving the environment.
And with that, it's time to launch into our BCTV video calendar. This is all sponsored by the Brattleboro Savings and Loan, as their generous contributions to BCTV each year help fund 545 Live's weekly look at upcoming events. And for this year calendar, we need look no further than all this hubbub behind us for Kia. For that, Kia, I'll turn it back over to you.
Well, tonight's Close Street Gallery Walk that you see is the official kickoff for Brattleboro's annual Strolling of the Heifers weekend. The actual parade, which is the main event of the weekend, will begin tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., moving from Flat Street up Main Street and to the Commons, where events and music performances will be going on all day. And Vermont's own U.S. Senator and Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders will be marching in the Heifer Parade tomorrow and will be speaking from the gazebo at the Commons at 11 a.m. Sanders has been a longtime supporter of the parade, calling it one of the great events in Vermont, and on Wednesday confirmed that he would be joining in this year's event despite his busy schedule.
From there, the excitement continues with the Tour de Heifer bike ride, which kicks off at 8 a.m., the famous farmer's breakfast being served at the Marina restaurant from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., and guided tours of 5 different local farms from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, for a detailed schedule and information on how to participate in the bevy of Strolling of the Heifers related events, you can find it all at strollingoftheheifers.com. And of course, that parade is kind of the capstone of this whole weekend for the Brattleboro area, and that again kicks off at 10 a.m. It's going to show live on BCTV, Comcast Cable Channel 8. We're actually going to start the broadcast at 9:45 a.m. so we can get all the pre-parade action. There'll be 5-camera live coverage, so again, be sure to check that out. BCTV Channel 8, or you can find it a little bit later in the day, streaming online at BrattleboroTV.org, or at our Facebook page, facebook.com/BCTV.Brattleboro. But there's, believe it or not, some non-Heifer related things going on this weekend as well, so as we continue in our calendar, I want to check in with some of those events as well. With that, I'll hand you back this microphone.
So with that, the 10th annual Walk for Amber will take place this Sunday. The walk is in memory and celebration of Amber Bernier, and all proceeds go towards the Amber Bernier Scholarship, which is awarded each year to graduates from the Brattleboro Union High School and Wyndham Regional Career Center. The 5-mile walk begins at 11 a.m. and it starts at the Brattleboro Memorial Hospital. As a conclusion to the event, a pasta dinner will be held at the First Congregational Church from 5 to 7 p.m. with a suggested donation of $10 per adult and $5 per child. Music will be presented by Daniel Kasnitz and Jeff Brewer and the local student-run a cappella group Renegade.
Well, that just about does it here for a live broadcast of 545 Live from downtown, the section of street here between High Street and Elliott Street, right here on Main Street, is closed off again for Strolling of the Heifer, so there's still plenty of time to come down and check it all out here, get some food, some crafts, and much more. It'll be going on late into the evening, but that just about does it for us, so we can wrap up here, go get some delicious food ourselves and check it all out. We'll see you next week right here on BCTV Comcast Cable Channel 8 at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. In the meantime, thanks for watching.